Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Matt Scott, and I am your National Sales Manager for Critical Infrastructure here at Kontek Industries. We're going to be talking about integrating our gun ports into BREs, which is blast and ballistic rated enclosures. So typically, you have your box, right? And your box contains about 4 or 5 walls, however your BRE is going to be constructed. Now you have your windows and as well as a door. Now, how do you go ahead and repel enemy movement? Well, that's easy. You go ahead and you shoot out towards the enemy through a gun port. Now, what is a gun port? Well, we have different variations and or standard gun ports for you. And that's going to be leading out to the GP1 all the way up to a GP3M. And we can go ahead and discuss that in a later video. But the gun ports integrated into these BREs are a complex design to go ahead and protect that officer with inside. All right, so gun ports within a BRE, our typical box BRE. Now, moving out from a BRE, how do we go ahead and apply gun ports into, let's say, a static position and or ballistic wall and or defensive fighting position? Well, that's quite simple. We can actually adapt said gun port with what we call universal port adapter. Now, that port adapter actually grabs into a select window and or cutout, and we apply said gun port into that position. Now, what does that do for you? Well, you have your typical ballistic protection, whether it be a plate and or fighting position, and then that port integrated, whether it be a GP1 standard or traditional sliding port, which is sliding left and or right, or you have your GP2, which is a weathering port, still able to go ahead and slide left or right, but it also can lock into position. And then you have your GP3 port, which is a turret-based port that actually protects you while firing, and you can see said enemy. Now, having those in a complex design and or static fighting position or defensive fighting position is not necessarily complex now that you have that stable shooting platform, and now you're protected. Now, moving on to armored vehicles and or mobile units, you have the ability to actually go ahead and have a said cutout into whether it be a door, hatch, side of the vehicle, but you have what we call a GP3M. Now, this is a GP3 that's kind of reduced down into size, which is a 7x11 port and has a viewable port as well as that GP3 turret in it. What it does is actually protects the officer and or responding unit with inside while repelling said threat on the other side. But all right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and hit us up at info@kontekindustries.com. I'm Matt Scott. Take care.